Hey everyone, ready to turn strategy into action? Welcome to this week's episode of SmartBug Zoom-ins. Every week, we take a closer look at HubSpot features we covered in our SmartTake series. We're zooming in past the theory and straight into the tools. So for today's focus, we're going to look at the feature called Creating Custom Goals for Leads and Activities. Before we get started, my name is Alexandra Paquette, also known as Alex P, and I'm the sales engineer here at SmartBug Media. Today, we're showing you how to turn those teams' daily hustles into measurable, trackable goals that actually move the needle. A few prerequisites to get access to this feature. One, you need to have sales or service enterprise subscriptions. Two, the goal setting permissions have to be set up for you. And three, you can report on deal-based custom goals, but track targets for almost any objects. All right, let's dive into HubSpot to see how that works. All right, so first up, you want to scroll to the reporting section and then click on goals. You want to go to the top right corner and click on create goal and then select create from scratch. Then you want to define your goal. So what does that mean? First, you want to choose the object. You have multiple objects you can choose from. For this specific example, we're going to look at the lead object. We're then going to select the property. So you can select the associated deals. You see you have probably 25 to 30 of those here. So you can select the call count, cumulative time in a specific lead pipeline stage, the email count, the latest time in a specific lead pipeline stage, and so on. So for this example, we're going to use the meeting count property and the aggregation type. The aggregation type is the type of data you want to see. So you want to go with either the sum, the average, the min, the max, or the count. In this case, we're going to use the count. So here we're not just tracking dollars, we're tracking the actions that create those dollars. So by selecting meeting count as well as count in our aggregation type, we're setting a clear target for how many discovery calls, for instance, our team needs to log to stay on track. You want to move forward to the date property. For this, we're going to use the object create date and time, and then the tracking method. So higher value, the better, lower is worse, or vice versa. We're going to go with the higher value, the better. Click on next. You want to enter your goal name. So let's go with meeting count for CS team contributors. So you have two choices here. You can go with user goals only. So select specific users, or with team goals. You can also include contributors from extra team members. Remember that we have main team members or primary team members, as well as extra team members that can be on different teams. However, you can add extra team members to this specific team if you wish. And then the cadence. So you can choose weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly, or non-recurring goals. We're going to choose monthly. And again, you want to click, if you wish, align with your fiscal year settings so that you can align with your fiscal year goals. You want to click next. Once you click next, this is where you set your yearly targets. So you see, since we've selected the monthly goals, we're going to see the specific team that has been selected, the unit of measure, which is the number of units, in this case, the count of meetings. And then you can have set individual monthly goals, or you can click on the apply target and let's say have 25 and then click on apply. So then it applies to all the months. So you don't have to do it 12 times. It sums up to 300 units per year. So what you can also do is click the enable user goal. So what if you suddenly change your mind and instead of a team goal, you want to set a user goal? You can simply set the user goal toggle to on, and then you can apply different goals to the different users in this specific team. So we're just going to uncheck that for now because we do want to keep team monthly goals. Then you want to click next. Here you have the option to create a goal template. So this could be a specific template that could be created the following year, the following month, or the following quarter. So you can save that as a template. And then you want to set your notifications. So by setting notifications here, what you do is you decide when a specific user or a rep or whatnot needs to be notified, when the goal becomes exceeded, when the goal is achieved, and when the goal is missed. So here we want to make sure that we're on track. So we do want to track, especially the goal becomes missed, but also when the goal is achieved or when the goal is exceeded, because it's encouraging for the team to perform better than what was expected. And then you want to click on done. And once you click on that, you're going to go back to the reporting goal section and where you now have your meeting count for the CS team goal. It's a custom goal. It shows us the team, or if we had multiple teams, it would show us the multiple teams here, the specific users, the total count for the fiscal year, as well as our progress. So to recap, you want to define the goal, so the activity, the owner, or the teams, and automate the tracking. And this is how you turn data into a high performance culture. A few things to keep in mind is remember that you do have to have sales or service enterprise tiers. Make sure that your goal setting permissions are set accordingly. And a quick reminder that you have up to 1,000 goal limit per account. So if you're ready to move beyond the basic revenue tracking and need help architecting a custom report dashboard, please reach out to me, Alex P, or the team here at SmartBug, and we'll definitely help you out.
Thank you for watching.